Hey everybody, good morning to you. It is so great to be with you all here for the morning briefing on Friedman Adventures here on YouTube and of course Spotify, Apple Podcast, and everywhere you find social media. And of course we are on TikTok, Instagram, and of course we're on Facebook. So much more for you. It is really great to be with you because I got so much to cover with you. Of course, the Bart Hall show will continue today at the Long Beach Convention Center. I will see you there. Make sure you say hello. Bluefin tuna. Yes, it's a reality in Southern California and Northern Baja. The season has started, and this weekend we're going to get some incredible coverage. More boats out. Who knows what we're going to find? We have some spotter plane info for you all also. And of course, we're covering the local scene, the Rockfish opener, all of the goods, medical supplies, thousands of pieces of clothing, and so much more have arrived in Ensenada to the house of Diego Nuno, who is a deckhand on the Royal Star, and he is working with Friedman Adventures and all of you for that matter to get all those goods down there. So many of you have contributed. I'm going to mention some of you in just a little bit at the end of today's show. Don't forget to stay tuned. You'll see Wendy Toshihara from Iserline. You'll see our very own Danny Cadota, who put on a great live show last night. Over 2 hours of memories and fishing knowledge. Nobody does it like Danny. It was a great show. Needless to say, everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Oh, is that good or what? Hey, don't forget, Patreon members are the life's blood of Friedman Adventures, and for $5 a month, or you can spend a little bit more if you want more content, you can join us. There is the QR code. Just scan that with your phone right now, and you'll be able to become a Patreon member. We deeply appreciate all that you do for us. And of course, we're going to have another little get together here in a few weeks. I can't wait for that. Also, we've got a great raffle going on right now. You don't have to be present to win. It's going to be a fantastic day, however, at Santa Ana River Lakes. That will be April the 15th. It's a Saturday, and it's all about the kids, and it's all about teaming up with our good friends over there at the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. Chuck Zimmer and Paul and all those crazy guys over there. I mean, they are such great people, and you can show up at Santa Ana River Lakes and buy a raffle ticket, or you can buy them online right now. In fact, you can text Chuck or give him a call. He's willing to take your phone calls, and if you want to buy some raffle tickets, he'll take care of that with his Venmo, and then he'll photograph the raffle tickets and send them to you. We've got a Pen Fathom reel, beautiful reel, and we've got a couple of custom rods, trout rods, and also with your ticket, if you show up to Santa Ana River Lakes, you get lunch, because they're going to be cooking up one heck of a lunch. That's April 15th at Santa Ana River Lakes. There's Chuck's number. Give him a call, give him a text. He'll fill you in, get you some raffle tickets. And man, I hope you win. So that raffle will be on April the 15th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon right there at Santa Ana River Lakes. One more note, Danny Cadota's show will be live from the Redondo Rod and Gun Club. That'll be April the 13th. So Danny's show will be live from 6 till 7, and then at 7 we'll stream live Captain Bill Wilkerson of the Horizon, who will be talking about his new rig out of H&M Landing. That promises to be great. Public is invited. Talk to Chuck on that one also. You can have dinner there. They put on one heck of a feed for $10. It is going to be fantastic. So April the 13th, Redondo Rod and Gun Club. That's going to be a fantastic one. I'll see you there. Also, I wouldn't miss that for the world. All right, let me get you on this bluefin tuna and start to talk about that a little bit, because that is really interesting what is going on right now. Spotter plane was up. He saw good fish from 80 to 140 miles. So good bluefin tuna in that zone. However, the best fishing, and most of it has been going on down there at about $1.20. That's where most of this bluefin has been biting. We see fish from, I want to say, 30 pounds to close to 200 biting. There was some good nighttime fishing again last night. Once again, those knife jigs worked so very well. The key to that is to listen to the captain. When he says drop, you don't take a sip of your coffee like me. You don't mess around at all. You drop fast. 250 grams has been working really well, but I've heard some guys going up to 400 grams. Fish seem to be at about 300 feet, and as I mentioned, the nighttime bite has been best of all. There has been daytime fish caught, but it is much scratchier. 40-pound with a good hot sardine, fluorocarbon. We like Opsin, www.opsinusa.com. It works really, really well on these fish, and once again, high hopes that this is the beginning. It is the beginning of the season. What am I even talking about? Even with the cooler water temperatures we have right now, and the water now is about 7-8 degrees cooler than it was at this time last year. Those bluefin are biting. Remember, the Mexican seiner fleet reached their quota. They're finished. No more commercial fishing for bluefin. They did that back on January the 17th. So there is a significant amount of fat bluefin tuna around, and we're going to have some big-time coverage here leaving tonight. I know the Pegasus is going. Several other boats are going. Long Range Boys got in on it. There's been scores on the Polaris Supreme, the Shogun, several other guys, Royal Star, Royal Polaris fish. It really sounds good, and it's kicking off the season in a big, big way. Don't forget to drop by the Big Fish Bait and Tackle booth at the Bart Hall show. Man, they have got all kinds of sales for today, Friday, that you're just not going to want to miss, and you must ask the guys there, who's Rada? Where's Rada? Because Phil Friedman sends his best to him. So let Rada know that I sent you and tell him hello for me, and they got some great deals, as you can well see right there. So things are definitely progressing in the right direction. We're gonna have a little bit of wind offshore, but look at this. I mean, this looks absolutely gorgeous this morning, doesn't it? I mean, it's perfectly beautiful, nice and calm, transformed from yesterday when it was quite breezy. Now today, boats that are fishing on the local areas are gonna be fishing from San Diego all the way up to Ventura, and they're still gonna have to fish for sheep's head, whitefish, sculpin, bass, you know, sand and calico bass. But the rockfish season will open up on Saturday. Man, that's going to be great, because not only is it great to catch those colorful, great eating, copious rockfish, but it gets coverage out there. You just don't know what guys are going to bump into when you send a whole fleet of boats out to Clemente or other areas. Who knows, man? I'm telling you, there could be BFT lurking around here. In fact, a research vessel quite a while ago saw fish out there on Tanner and Cortez, and good amounts of it. And sawfish around San Clemente Island. Has that stuff invaded the backside of Cat? Well, we don't know. We've had such inclement weather this year, it's been difficult to get out. So I think this weekend is going to be a pivotal weekend, not only for the Baja bluefin that we're seeing down there off Collinet, but also in other areas. We'll see how that all plays out. Should be really interesting. And the guys in Ensenada, of course, they have a big tournament this year the government is putting on about the bluefin tuna, and they have all kinds of great cash prizes and so much more. I'm going to be getting you more up to date on that as we go along. Ensenada right now catching rockfish, and they are fishing a few yellows also. We've seen good yellowtail fishing down there at Collinet. Some of those boys that are headed down that way on day and a half trips are going to be catching rockfish and yellowtail. That should be really good. Coronado Islands remains a little bit on the iffy side. Several boats headed to the famed Coronado Islands, which are a stone's throw away from Point Loma and San Diego. Look for that yellow bite to take off again. It's been a little bit slower, but now we're getting back to some decent weather and conditions. That bite has been yo-yo iron. You want to fish 50-pound, 40-pound if you must. 60-pound is great. And you drop that jig down to the bottom and you wind on it fast. And when you get a bite, you turn the handle to set the hook on those nice jacks. They fight hard. They're fun to catch. Most of it's been 15 to 25 pounds. I'm hoping that rebites again here also this weekend. I'm really excited and high about the prospects for this weekend. It's looking good. Now, when we switch over to rockfish, it should really kick into gear. Don't forget the California extended half-day trips there out of Ventura sport fishing this weekend. I believe they still have some room. And of course, we'll have Channel Island boys out of all these LA Orange County landings, San Diego. It's gonna be really a fantastic weekend, I will tell you that. All right, and we're not through with the fishing yet. I just want to mention some guys who have donated to our GoFundMe page because you guys are really outstanding. It's really costly to send all of this stuff down to Mexico. We get taxed heavily on it, and now we've got it to Ensenada. It's going to be well over $4,000 when we're all through just for the shipping. That doesn't count everything we've been doing this year, running around, picking the stuff up, storing it, separating it. All of you have contributed to that. You are the ones who gave us all that clothing and so much more. So if you can go to our GoFundMe page, it would be deeply appreciated. You can find it on Friedman Adventures Facebook page, or you can send me a text and I'll send you the link. Any amount, $5, anything will really help us a lot. My number, 657-227-6459. Here, I'll let you look at some of the stuff we send down while I mention Greg Warren, Eric Weezar, Mike Crawford, Manny from Vicio Sport Fishing, Paul Fanning, Israel de la Cruz, Cruz Soto, Nico Anderson, Jason Allen up there in Alaska, Jeff Yeomans from the 540 Slingers Club, Phil Capricio, who's done so much, collected so much, and contributed financially, Dave Schaefer. We really appreciate you so very, very much. And of course, 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. I mean, I had clothing all over the place all year long, and they never said anything but keep it coming. Mark Paisano, Paul Strasser, and of course, everybody else there, all the personnel and staff at 22nd Street, Michael Morrison, you're the best. Make sure you drop by 22nd Street Landing today at the Bart Hall show. Thank those guys. Gallagher Staging, Joe and Joey Gallagher, and all the guys at Gallagher Staging who allowed us to store all of that stuff all year long. And we're so kind about, using their forklifts, using their labor. They are number one. And Diego Nuno, deckhand on the Royal Star, he is a great guy, born on Cedros Island where all this stuff is headed. And of course, Diego, our little journey is just beginning because now we've got to get all of that down to Cedros, and we're going to be doing that in the very near future. And I hope to go down and film all of that so you can see the good stuff you've done. So all of you have contributed, whether you donated clothing or you're on our GoFundMe page, deeply, deeply appreciated. By the way, we are raffling off that Penn Fathom reel, and it is a beautiful reel, and Manny donated it. Manny, you are number one. I deeply appreciate that. All right, my friends, surf fishing wise, this looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? There's some corvina lurking around here. There's some yellowfin croaker. I don't see any birds picking here this morning, but I have seen a lot of pelicans hitting the water, an indication there's some bait fish around here. And also, we've seen a few halibut taken in the surf on the Lucky Craft. Chrome lures also work well, like, cast master. There's been still some barred perch because the water is cool, and barred perch like that cool water. Things are just starting to kick into gear on that. We have another grunion run off on the horizon. It will be close season, so you must keep your grimy little fingers off those things. But that grunion will bring in more predators, and it should look good. Speaking of bringing in more predators, of course, the amount of market squid has been remarkable this winter, and as we move into spring, that's going to pay big dividends with a big sea bass bite up there in the Channel Islands, my prediction. And I know they're not always great. And also, I think it's going to bleed down this way this time. You'll see some fish on the coast. You'll see some fish at Catalina, Clemente, Santa Barbara Island for sure. We've already seen that. Nicholas, I'm thinking we're going to have one heck of a sea bass year. And also, all those yellows that we see moving into the Baja coast, that's going to be really something to marvel at also. My friends, I don't know how to thank you. I can't wait to see you at the Bart Hall show later today. It is going to be really great. Don't forget to get those raffle tickets from Chuck and come out, bring the kids out, because we've got that table there for you where the Redondo Rod and Gun Club guys and Friedman Adventures will be, and we'll be showing the kids knot tying. Daiwa is supplying us with 10 rods and reels so the kids can practice and learn how to cast and learn how to catch our trout. And a great luncheon also. $10 for a ticket. You don't have to be present to win the reel or the custom rods, and you get lunch also. April the 13th, the Danny Cadota show live at Of course, the Redondo Rod and Gun Club and Bill Wilkerson will be there talking about the Horizon. We'll live stream that if you're unable to attend. Thanks, my friends. Really appreciate it. We've got some shorts that are going to run as we say goodbye. I can't thank you enough for helping us with our Mexico efforts, thanking the beautiful people of Mexico, our brothers and sisters, nuestros hermanos y hermanas, thanking them so much for allowing us to fish their gorgeous, pristine, bountiful waters. Man, you guys are really something else for helping. All right, I don't know what to say, man. I kind of feel like fishing. Look at, there's some pellet. Man, do I have time? I don't know. I've got to edit this up for you right now. Maybe I'll sneak down here and wet a line. Take care, my friends. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you all. I'll see you in a few hours at the Bart Hall Show in Long Beach. Take care, my friends.
This is Danny Cadota. This is not Danny Cadota.
Yeah, we're just making sure we get that straight.
There's this rumor going around and people walking up going, Danny, Danny, Danny. Not Danny.
Got it? All clear. Hey, Danny. Oh. Not Danny. Not Danny.
Hey guys, it's Frank Murata here with Daiwa, and we're at the Bart Hall Show in Long Beach. And we're asked to share some stuff about what's going on here and some of the latest and greatest stuff that's come about. You know, we've started something years ago with what we call the Lexa 400. And it came about that this got so popular that we started expanding the system. So this one has bronze gears. We went one step heavier, and we made now a reel called the HD. The HD, which is now smoother, has stainless steel gears. Where have you ever heard of a reel that had 26 pounds of drag? Incredible. So now we've been living with this. Well, for 2022 to 2023, we came out with something even better, and that's going to be the Lexa T-Wing. Now, with the Lexa T-Wing, this is still the Lexa 400, but there's one big difference. When you had performance problems with trying to cast something, and you were all the way over on this side, you found out that when you put it in a free spool, you never got the same distance because you had resistance coming from the guide. Well, the T-Wing just changed the whole game. So when you have it over on this side and you open it up to free spool, look what happens. Now you have less resistance. So now you're getting performance out of a reel no matter where it is on the spool. If you're looking for a reel that has more power, this has got 28 pounds of drag, you want distance all the time and gaining extra 10, 15 feet, Lexa 400 Win TW is the one you want to get. Come on down to the Bart Hall Show. Check it out. We got free deals with all this stuff. Right now, what we're going to do is if you buy this here at the show, we're going to give you line to put on with 50-pound braid as well as a Susquehanna jig. And there's other deals that are also taking place. So see you guys down here. Come on down. Enjoy the Bart Hall Show. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Colored spectrum, so that by the color you can tell how deep you are. You know what? That's best of show, and hats off to Wendy. And I know my code boat partner and developing Spectre, you know, and promoting this. Russ Iser smiling down on Wendy and just really, he's super happy that this is her baby. Wendy, I'm gonna let you take it and run with it. I mean,
thanks, Danny. So this came about because I was going to the tackle stores and I was watching the people behind the counter having to mark line. Time is money, and it costs them money, and people are waiting in line. So I thought, well, you know, since I fish bluefin and I didn't mark my line, I was just counting and thinking, okay, I'm hitting 300 feet. Well, I was way off. Now that I have the metered line, it's so easy to tell where you are in the water column. So when the captain says I'm metering fish at 280 feet, you drop down to 3 colors. Blue, let's say, is my 300th foot color. So I get to blue and it's like, boom. I don't have to think. I'm at 300 feet. I go past the fish and I come back up and I know exactly where I am. We make it in 65, 80, and 100 solid, 100, 135, and 200 hollow.
This Saturday and Sunday, rockfish season is open in Southern California. These colorful, tasty fish will be available to you on board the Californian out of Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing, as they will be fishing extended half-day fishing trips with great customer service. Make sure you give Ventura Sport Fishing a call at 805-676-3474 or visit them at venturasportfishing.com.